Alrighty, hello everybody. I'm going to be going through the Nearpod that we completed during our live lesson this past week. If you did not attend the live lesson and participate on the Nearpod, you are required to complete this Edpuzzle. So the warm-up question is write one question to get more information about the attached photo. So this is the photo that I would like you all to write a question about. So you can write any question that is related to the photo in order for you to get more information. Okay. Now, reflecting on that question that you asked, what level question do you think you wrote? Did you write a level 1 question, a level 2 question, or a level 3 question? So this is in relation to Costa's levels of thinking and questioning. And if you're not sure, it's okay to guess on which one you did. So I'm going to go over our agenda from this past week, April 13th to the 17th, week 3. For 6th grade, our goal was to identify the characteristics of positive, healthy relationships. And for 7th grade, it was to determine personal levels of grit and perseverance in relation to a growth mindset. You had 2 major assignments, which were your daily bell ringer on Seesaw, where you had to write and respond to a peer, and then your video lesson on Edpuzzle last week. I am accepting late work without penalty, so if you have a 0 on focus, please complete the work ASAP, and please tell your teacher when you hand in your assignments, okay? And then our celebrations and shout-outs from last week are below. So today we're going to be going over Costa's levels of thinking. We did this in the beginning of the year. However, it is time for a review. So what is inquiry? Inquiry is the I in Wicker, and inquiry is a seeking for truth, information, or knowledge, seeking information by questioning. So you guys do this every Tuesday and Thursday in tutorials. You ask questions to your peers to get more information and knowledge. And being able to recognize different levels of thinking is beneficial for all students in many areas of learning. So there's 3 levels of questioning. So what is the definition of inquiry? That would be a level 1 question. That's something we can recall from our memory, or we could look up very quickly and find it specifically stated in the text. A level 2 example of a question is give an example of how inquiry is used in the Avid classroom. So now that we know the definition of inquiry, we gather that information, we can now process the information and give an example of how it's used. Level 3, hypothesize how inquiry could be used in the world of work. So now that we gathered information, we processed it, now we are able to apply it to the real world. So what I want you to do is discuss how these 3 questions differ. Now let's go a little bit deeper. Level 1, thinking causes students to recall information. This level of question causes students to input the data into short-term memory, but if they don't use it in some meaningful way, they may soon forget. So an example would be name the planets of the solar system. So this is something that you can recite from memory, or that you could look up and find specifically stated in a text or a video. However, it does say if you don't use it in some meaningful way, you may soon forget. So, for example, I learned the planets of the solar system in like 4th grade, and I could recite that from memory back then. But since I haven't done anything meaningful with it, I don't process that information or apply that information, I'm going to forget it. Level 2, thinking enables students to process information. They expect students to make sense of information they have gathered and retrieved from long and short-term memory. So, for example, compare and contrast the planets of Jupiter and Saturn. So in level 1, we gathered information. We're able to recite the planets. We can maybe describe the characteristics that we know, but now we need to do something with that information. We are comparing and contrasting them, finding the similarities and the differences. Level 3 thinking requires students to go beyond the concepts or principles they have learned and to use these in novel or hypothetical situations. So use what you know about Earth to analyze why other planets are uninhabitable. So now I gathered the information in level 1, I processed the information in level 2, and now in level 3, I'm applying it to a real world situation to analyze why other planets can't be lived on by people, and it's just Earth. So this is the 3-story house, and these are some key words. So when we're gathering information, you use keywords such as complete, identify, recite, define, list, select, describe, and observe. When we're gathering information at the lowest level. Level 2, processing information. You can compare, contrast, classify, sort, distinguish, explain why, infer, and analyze. We do a lot of processing in Avid. Level 2, I'm always pushing you guys to explain why on your bell ringers. That's why I give you sentence stems to elaborate on your answers, because I want you to be able to do that on your own in all of your classes and in life. Level 3 is applying the information. So you use words like evaluate, judge, if then, generalize, predict, hypothesize, imagine, speculate, and forecast. So looking back to our first picture that we did, the boy sitting in the basement, you could say identify what the boy is sitting on. That's gathering information, level 1. You could say list all the items in the room, level 1. You could describe what you see in the picture, or you could describe what you observe in the picture. That's all level 1. Processing, level 2, you could say compare and contrast where the boy is sitting compared to where you are sitting. Okay? You could use infer why the boy is sitting in the basement but not going outside. Analyze the photo and explain why the boy is sitting inside. Level 3, applying, you could say predict why the boy is sitting inside and not going outside. Imagine you were the boy in the basement. How would you feel? Okay? Now, these are some sentence stems that go with the key words in the different levels. This is something that you don't have to memorize, but this is here as a guide for you. Okay? So, overview of the levels of thinking. Now, this is saying readers, but this could also be viewers, because you could watch a video or a photo as well. So, level 1, readers can point to one correct answer right in the text, in the photo or the video. Level 2, readers infer answers from what the text implicitly states, finding answers in several places in the text. So, you're reading between the lines here. Level 3, readers think beyond what the text states. Answers are based on readers' prior knowledge or experience, and these will vary. So thinking back to the picture of the boy in the basement, if somebody were to ask me, evaluate why the boy is inside and not outside, right now I would probably say it's because of the coronavirus, right? He can't go outside, he wants to go outside, but he's just stuck in the basement watching the outside world. But 2 months ago, before I knew what the coronavirus was, I would have never said that. I would probably think that he is grounded and he's watching his friends play soccer or something. That's what I would say. So you see how answers are based on the reader's prior knowledge and experience. So let's practice. I want you to create a level 1 question, a level 2 question, and a level 3 question for this photo. And I'm going to make it bigger in just 1 second. So please write a level 1 question about this photo, a level 2 question about this photo, and a level 3 question about this photo. So I'm going to pull up the sentence stems as well so we can see those as we write our questions. Alrighty, so here we go. Please write a level 1 question, a level 2 question, and a level 3 question about this photo. Now, when you are writing a level 1 question, to check your answers, you should have used these keywords or one of these sentence stems. Your level 2 questions should look like this, and level 3 questions you're using this. Now, let's do one more practice. Create a level 1 question, a level 2 question, and a level 3 question about this photo. And this is the photo. So, level 1 question, level 2 question, and a level 3 question. Alrighty, so now that you all have written your questions, I want to do some review. Now, some examples of level 1 questions that you could have written for this picture are, let's see. You could say, describe what you observe in this photo. Name the different countries of the flags. What are the men wearing? How many men are there? What do you notice is floating in the air? Those are all level 1 questions that we could answer by looking at that picture. Level 2 questions, you could say compare and contrast the different flags. You could say explain why the men are wearing helmets. Analyze the photo and infer what they are celebrating. Examine the photo and explain the outcome of their mission. Now, level 3 questions could be, what judgment could be made about the confetti in the air? What would you predict is happening in the photo? How would you prioritize the importance of their job? What evidence supports that this is a celebration? So those are examples. Now some other examples for this one. The jumping men, level 1. Examples could be how many men are in the photo? Describe what they are wearing in the photo. What object did they jump off of? Level 2 questions could be compare and contrast the different moves that they are doing. Infer where they are landing if they are jumping off of a diving board. You could also say develop a story about what is happening in this photo. Compare and contrast this photo to the last one. And level 3, what judgment could be made about the men jumping? Predict where they are coming from and going. And what evidence supports that they are jumping into a soft or hard object? So just to go back now really quickly, this photo, just so you all know, is actually a group of miners, and they are celebrating meeting the end of a tunnel. And then with this photo, this is actually people in New York City. I think they were called Aquazalians. They would jump into pools and put on a show in New York City public pools. So with that being said, thank you for writing your questions. What I want you to reflect on now is, which level of thinker do you currently relate to most? So what questions do you feel comfortable asking and answering? And then which level of thinker do you think you must become to become a successful student? So please reflect on those. And the reason why I chose to review Costa's level of questioning and thinking is because I want you to apply this knowledge, so level 3, on your bell ringers. So as you can see, Ty answered this question. But what makes this so good is that Seth not only praised him, agreed with him, but he also asked him a higher level question. He said, do you think that there is any situation where confidence can hurt you? So of course I was like, oh my God, this is so great. Excellent level 3 question, Seth. And then Ty responded, yes, too much confidence can cause you to let your guard down and you will turn cocky and arrogant. So with that being said, I want you to take what you learned about Costa's level of thinking and I want you to apply it in your bell ringers. So you should be responding to at least 3 people. And if somebody asks you a question, please, please, please respond to them, okay? Alrighty, thank you so much for taking part in this Nearpod. And once again, if you attend the live lessons, you do not have to do this assignment the following week. Alrighty, thank you.